As people say, the guy in the front with the stick.
But to get to that point, that's like a key role in the band. Like what instrument did you play, say, before you were a drum major?
I started on saxophone. I'm a jazz saxophonist, classical tubist. You don't find many black men being classical tubists. But here's one right here. In order to become a drum major, you have to really exemplify really good leadership skills. I think I was just a natural born leader. I basically I was being myself, and my talents spoke for themselves. My skill set spoke for itself. And I ended up chosen to lead the band program, which is a real serious position.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask this. When did you get to Durham? You came here to go to Central, but what era are we talking? What year was this?
99.
What were your initial impressions?
As small as it is, there's a big, tall, green building on 15501. And where I come from, there's like a mile between every house. And when I was coming to Durham, I saw that big, tall building. I was like, oh my God, they have tall buildings like this. I was so sheltered, just being in the simple country lifestyle. I saw that building and I just wanted to be around this new big city. They had a really cool band. When I got here, it was a bit of a culture shock because I was a Chancellor Scholar. Right? I was really smart in high school. I had all the great grades, the dean's list, principal's list, whatever. But when I got to Durham and got on campus, I started meeting people from all over the country and all over the world. It was my first time seeing people who are not just black and white and poor. Because that's how it was where I'm from in the 252. We were all black or white and poor. The Hispanic population had not boomed like it has now. Yeah, it was something, man. It was a culture shock, and I've never seen so many girls in my life. It was just different.
Yeah, I hear it's a very nice campus. I hear it's a very nice campus to walk around for sure.
It is.
In 1999, this is Durham. This is pre-South Point Durham. This is like, what did you do for fun as a Central student in those days? I'm like, what was really happening around town?
Band was everything for me. I checked out track, and I was all for the track scholarship. I was all for the tennis scholarship, but band paid for everything. So I was just doing band and classes. I actually was in the marching band that did the grand opening for South Point Mall.
Okay.
That was actually my very first performance.
Oh, wow.
I was in Durham for 2 weeks out of high school. Our first performance was marching through to open the doors of South Point Mall.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I often talk about, or we've talked about this point on the podcast before, but I cite that moment as like when Durham started to really change was when South Point opened and we had a cheesecake factory and we had a Nordstrom and things that just didn't really exist.
Yep, exactly. That was when, so South Point Mall is one of our biggest economic contributors in sales tax revenue. This year, Durham had a record sales tax revenue of $99.9 million. $9.9 million of that came from South Point Mall alone. So they've been killing it since they started in 99.
Yeah, that's crazy. When it comes to that economic impact, like we'll talk more about that because that mall has done a lot for, I think, for better or for worse in terms of how the city has changed over the last, say, 25 years or something. The Durham that I grew up in, I graduated high school in 2005. I went to Jordan right down the street from that mall. And I just know that was the thing that really gave Durham a different look, and it brought different people to Durham that otherwise weren't coming here for any other reason. And then it seemingly downtown started to slowly shift toward that too. Did you hang out at all downtown when you were at Central?
No. When I was at Central, they had this thing called Bolo. Be on the lookout. They had some folks that were, it's a city. People get robbed sometimes, and they didn't have a lot of lights on campus, so it was so easy to get robbed. I actually wanted to fight against that. I was a student leader before I realized it. I actually chartered the RHA, which is the residential component of the Student Government Association. It was the first Black chapter in North Carolina, and I organized on campus and was able to get premium cable channels as well as more lighting on campus. We had HBO added to our TV.
For sure, for sure.
And we
This
were to
is
get
this
more
is
lights on campus, so that was a big deal.
like, but why did you feel it necessary for that to be your thing, to take that up, to charter that at the time as a student? Like, why were you connected to do that?
I think I'm just wired that way. Standing in a circle and everybody complains about the same thing, but nobody steps forward to do anything about it. I'm that person that's just wired to just step forward and be like, all right, let's do it.